All right, so how much are you charging for peggings now?
Okay, so we haven't even gotten there, Allie.
What's the going rate?
What's the going rate these days? Are you on Fiverr?
We're your hosts, Tara, Nora, and Allie, and you're listening to Bad Advice Only.
We're just three New York City rats talking about scurrying around the Big Apple. Here, we make the New York City mistakes so you don't have to.
We're begging you. Leave us a review and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We release new episodes every Monday, so stay tuned, rats.
So what are we talking about, Allie?
Well, I thought it'd be interesting to talk about all the different ways you can make some income in Manhattan outside of your regular 9 to 5. Everything I'm reading on Instagram these days is like elite mindsets. Be a business owner. Do this, do that. And let me tell you, I have about 5 failed side hustles, including this podcast.
It's not failed. It's not failed if we're still going.
We haven't given up yet.
I am just here to talk about what some of those could be, what they've looked like for us, because I know this group is very entrepreneurial.
That's a good idea.
In spirit.
I have one aside. Is that a word?
Like an opinion?
Yeah. The side hustle culture is like too much. Like, I think it's a lot more important that you get a good job as a starting point for your life. Like, you're not going to side hustle your way into wealth. Put that energy into like having a good job, and then you can side hustle. Don't side hustle from your barista job.
I agree with that. I kind of feel like side hustles are trendy now, and it's like oversaturated in every market. Like TikTokers. It's not that easy to be a TikToker these days.
Right.
But it was back then. It's like getting in the stock market at a good price point. Which I know nothing about.
No, that's not right.
Do you want to give some more advice on investing?
Everyone should invest.
Don't invest. Put your money under the mattress.
Anyway.
But to your point, because now I need to back it up because I'm pissed. Before you start side hustling, you should focus on getting a good job, and then you should focus on investing and building wealth. Then you may side hustle. That's it.
I thought this was called Bad Advice Only.
Okay, well, that's my good advice.
Financial advice from the rats.
I do agree with Nora, but at the same time, the people who are self-made millionaires that are successful, their side hustle wasn't their side, it was their hustle. And
Right.
yeah, it would be nice to have a little nest egg and a 9 to 5 job that's stable. But a lot of these like rags to riches stories
Are lying.
Oh, they're lying.
Yeah, a lot of 90% of the people you see on Instagram who are like, I'm a millionaire, here's how, they are not millionaires. They're lying to us.
Also, like
I'm going to boomer it. I can't.
Larry Page, like, shout out.
Who's
He
that?
went to like MIT. Like this whole
Well, I was
culture
gonna say
of
Bill
like
Gates.
anyone can
When you think about
work
it,
hard enough.
Where
It's
do
not
you
true.
think they got the garage from to start
Right.
off?
Do you have a garage?
I don't have a
Nope.
garage.
Our point is that like the hustle, like you can't just work so hard with no skill set and like be a millionaire. Like it's just not true.
I will say I've given into that mentality because they're like, the people that make their bed every day are going to be
I mean, I do think you should
extra
make your
successful.
bed every day.
So I've been making my bed every day.
You always make your bed. We all do, actually.
We all make our beds here, believe it or not.
It's really
These
weird.
rats,
These rats make their beds
we
every
do
morning.
make our beds.
Okay, well,
So side hustles.
let's talk about some of these side grinds we've got going on. I know I have some failed ones. Tara, you have some that are spinning up. Nora, you're going to gatekeep
I've got
your
a few
successes.
side hustles that I don't wish to share on this platform.
It's weird because you're the richest friend here.
Yeah,
So
richest one. So we'll tell you how to be poor. Bad advice only.
I do have a tracker for my one failed business.
What's your
Let's
failed
kick it off.
business?
What is it?
Mine is within the sex world or sex worker realm. I love sex work industry. The industry is so impressive.
Why do you love it?
First of all, think about it. It was probably one of the first industries for all human existence.
Yeah, probably.
That
Right?
and, like
Like back
liquor.
in the day, you would be like, you can have a little some if you bring me like some meat.
That's like
Yeah.
it
Like
was
to the cavemen?
sex trade. That's not an industry.
No,
Oh, it's
we're
an
not
industry,
talking
but-
about sex trade, Allie.
Sex work. Women-owned sex work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cavemen, for example, ladies would put out for what?
Did you look this up? Were you like, let's go back?
I think they just got raped all day.
That's what I'm saying. Like anything like caveman era.
I disagree.
Okay, tell us the history of sex work.
History of sex work started out in a cave. This chick was like, yo, I need shelter, I need protection, and I could use something to eat. Here's my pussy. And then she got those things. So yeah, I think sex work nowadays is just so interesting. A lot of things are getting legalized. For example, prostitution, I think, was decriminalized in New York City. But I think that's a common problem, is that when people hear sex work, they immediately think prostitutes. But there's so many other things within the sex work under that umbrella.
Like writing romance novels.
Yes, sure. If you're writing absolute
Yeah, I don't know if you've read a fucking spicy
It's
romance
basically
novel.
porn.
It's porn.
50 Shades of Grey
My
started.
God.
No, you got to get deeper than 50 Shades. There's some dirty shit in there.
So what is your side hustle?
I was attempting to sell panties.
Like shit-stained panties? Or like what kind of panties are we
You're
working with?
literally treading again.
I would assume used panties.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm not the type to really
What's the
wear.
difference between shit-stained and used?
Yeah, to Allie's point, what's the difference between shit stained and used
When
I was
panties?
asking a clarifying question,
When's
not
the
Tourette.
last time you saw shit stained underwear?
Too recently.
What?
I was going to, yes, sell used panties, and there's so many different categories. It could be, there are certain demographics that want panties that you worked out in. So you would wear them to the gym and sell those. So like I had like very
But you don't go to
specific
the gym,
categories.
so that wasn't gonna
I was
pan
gonna-
out.
When do I need to be honest about where these panties have been, Nora?
When they're sniffing, they can
They'll
smell
know.
smell the gym.
What? They don't know my individual gym scent.
Well, they might know sweat. They know what sweat smells like.
Okay, well maybe I sweat
What
differently.
are the other categories?
Okay, so there's that. there is in fact period demographics. They like period.
I've got lots of old period panties.
This is just fresh blood.
Have Adam.
There's so many different categories. It's really interesting.
Pregnant panties?
Huge market for pregnancy. Like
I knew someone would
porn,
want that.
Panties.
Aren't you worried about people finding out where you live, even if you mail it from somewhere else?
No, because my DNA isn't tied to my
it
address. My DNA.
What if there's a crime and then your DNA is out there on all these
Your panties are at the scene of the crime.
I'll get receipts. It'll be a real business.
Have you made any money?
Yeah, how many sales are we at?
Okay, so we're at negative $30 because I bought a bag of panties off Amazon.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't want to buy like expensive underwear.
No, I bought like a literal bag of panties from Amazon.
Listen up, our
I was gonna say,
139
if there's
listeners.
a freak in the sheets.
If you're out there and you want some panties,
Hey rats, we'll give you a discount on Tara's used panties by using promo code
rat so no one bought the panties.
Well, I never got the project off the ground.
Why?
I got a little nervous.
Yeah.
About your DNA being at the crime scenes.
No,
I get it.
no, I shouldn't even say nervous. I couldn't take the photos that I needed to take, and I didn't want to ask my
We
sister.
have a tripod now.
Yeah, now that we have more equipment, I'll pay you back.
This tripod is being used for many things.
It wasn't even that I was nervous. It's the fact that like I was trying so hard to take like ass shots in my full length mirror. It's freaking
really
hard. I wish men really appreciated the work that goes behind our nudes versus the nudes. If more guys were like, wow, how the hell did you get into that position, hold a phone, and still look fucking fire?
And then boys' nudes
They would
are
get so
just
many
like
more nudes.
blurp.
One time, I got a full nude of this guy standing. For some reason, his erect penis was going down towards the floor.
He
And
probably
that
had
was
just
the
had
whole
sex.
picture.
I don't like that.
I've gotten literal nudes of them sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, guys are
They
ridiculous.
just go and sit down, and that's the first
They
place
just
they
whip
think
it
of to
out.
sit down to whip out their dick.
And they're like, there you go, you like that?
Yeah.
You like that penis on my toilet?
Just took a shit.
Just took a shit, saw my dick, thought you might want to see.
So I'm not gonna label my side hustle as failed yet, because I do think I have the opportunity to get it up and running.
I thought that you were going to talk about your other
Sex work.
sex work
Sorry?
hashtag.
begging for a peggin, you mean?
Yeah, this is going to be our first merch when we launch our website.
Begging for a peggin?
Begging for a peggin.
Do you want to explain to the rats, the more modest rats, what a pegging is?
Okay, yeah, sure. Happy to. All right, rats. For my more modest rats.
Modest mice.
Modest mice.
No, that's a band, guys.
No, modest mouse, you
Yeah, but we can't.
idiot.
We can say modest mouse. They don't own that.
But
Modest
we're
mice.
rats.
Okay, but the mice maybe are more modest.
Okay, so our modest mice and our racy rats.
Yeah.
All right, listen here, you modest mice. I'm here to turn you into some racy rats. Pegging is when you're using a tool, a sex apparatus. So some people will use dildos and insert into the anus, right? So specifically pegging, though, is typically included with a strap on. So one person is wearing a strap where the dildo is attached to the strap, equals strap on.
Is a necessary part of the act for the strap
For
to be on.
pegging, I would say yes. When I think of pegging, and I could be wrong, I'm not a professional. I'm a novice pegger.
Kind of are a professional in a way. If you accept payment.
For me, pegging is I wear a strap on and then I enter the butt of another person.
A man in this instance.
In my experience, it's only been a man so far. He hits me up all the time, literally begging for a pegging.
All right, so how much are you charging for peggings now?
Okay, so we haven't even gotten there, Allie.
What's the going rate?
What's the going rate these days? Are you on Fiverr?
Oh my God, do you think I could go on
Task
Fiverr?
Rabbit?
Begging for a peggin.com.
Yeah, I realized like it's not necessarily for me in the sense like I'm not getting any sexual pleasure out of it. So I'm not going to do it. But this guy is literally texting me all the time, begging me for a pegging. So
We get it. God damn.
he
wrong with this
needs
man?
it. Apparently my first time I was pretty good. So anyways,
It's not your apparatus.
it's still my work. I was
You think you were
thrusting.
thrusting particularly well?
I really
It was
concentrated on
the
it.
motion of the ocean.
Yeah, I really wanted to like embody like a man.
How big was your peg?
Oh, I made
leg?
him get me. I made him buy like a 12-inch. Yeah, he let me pick out my dildo that I was going to use, and I obviously picked a 12-incher.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
It went all the way in?
You can kill someone like that.
So,
you have 12 inches of room in you?
Side-
No, have you ever seen Mr. Hands? That horse?
No, I've never seen Mr.
Stop.
Well, I'm just saying, you gotta be careful.
Cut.
You can't just
I know about
fuck
it. I've
someone with a
never-
12-inch cock.
Does that? They die, right?
Yes.
Stop.
I've never
guys.
seen
He's
it.
alive. Confirmed. He's
Guy
alive.
lived?
No, not Mr. Hands. Tara's guy. I'm just clarifying for the racy rats. Mr. Hands is dead. Tara's guy's alive.
For the race.
Go on. I'm ready.
He lets me pick out my strap and my dildo and my high heels. And side note for a rat hack, if anyone's interested in this, when you're using any type of tool or toy, I should say, if you're using a toy internally, you should use condoms on your toys, always. Doesn't matter that it's yours, it's safer and cleaner. So, yes, question.
When I use my vibrator,
Yes.
I should put a condom on
Yeah.
it? No.
All right. That's
Doesn't one of you have a latex allergy?
no, just semen for me.
Semen. I'm allergic to bananas.
So what would you recommend for someone?
There are condoms that are made of other things than latex, Allie, for many, many years. Sheepskin. There's all sorts of
All right,
condoms.
so I guess this is how you out me on not using the protection.
So yeah, I'm like, there's just no point to this if I'm not getting anything out of it. So finally one day I was feeling racy, like the rat I am. And I was like, look, if you pay me, I'll do it. And he was like, name your price.
What price?
Well, then I panic because, again, I'm not a professional, y'all. It's not like I have a book on what I'm supposed to be charging these folks. So I'm starting to just try to quickly think of stuff of how I could do it. And finally I give up because I don't want to undercharge and fuck myself. So I just start looking at clothes that I've always wanted but would never spend my own money on. So I sent them all to him and he was like, done, I'll have these mailed to your house.
That's the clothes you're waiting on?
Yeah.
Oh.
So this was like a backdated pay.
No, I
No,
haven't.
she still has to perform.
I still have to
Oh,
perform.
so you got it
pay
before it
first.
even half. Okay.
Yeah.
Pay up front.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to go on debt or on a
Credit.
on credit. Yeah, I'm not going on credit.
Well, I would normally think that like you could go there peg and then order the things live.
So what other?
I have failed businesses only. So I'm not as successful as you.
I don't think we can
She
call my
hasn't-
business.
I don't think she's a success
I
either
mean, she
yet.
got, well, when the clothes get here, it's
If-
more success than I have. I'm out 40 cents on my Etsy shop.
40 cents.
Oh no, did that break you?
Yeah, it really broke me. I'm still feeling it. I don't know. I mean, maybe we can relaunch it with a Beggin' for the Peggin' brand merchandise.
Yeah.
Store name was Bieber Fever. I only had like 4 things in the shop, one of which was a shirt that was light blue, and it said, "It's a damn shame." And that's where I lost most of my money because there's like the shirt manufacturing website that you can like sign up for, and it links directly to an Etsy marketplace. And anytime somebody would place an order, it would just go through here, and you would like designate how many mediums, smalls, larges you'd want, color options, all this stuff, and like you would pay based off of that. But it was like a 10-cent fee a month to keep this up and running or something. I actually don't know how they made their money. It really sounds like a pyramid scheme. You might be interested.
I think it's child labor.
Yeah,
Like,
it's definitely child labor. Like that's so
tens.
fucked up.
Well,
we should probably, when we revive your shop, we'll try to find some
We'll
more
try.
ethical.
well, and I also tried to order my own goods, and you cannot do that on
So
Etsy.
no one can
so
order.
no one bought anything. And then I was like, let me infiltrate a new market. And I would take my own stock photos and try to make like wall prints for people, and no one bought anything. I couldn't even research, like I couldn't even find it. If I typed the exact title of what I labeled it in my Etsy shop, I couldn't even find it.
What did you take a picture of?
Like the New York skyline, and put up like dumb quotes that I made myself. Like
you made quotes.
guys, these were so bad.
Like what?
What
I
were
don't
your
even
quotes?
remember. I don't even remember. It
The
was like
city
so
of
bad.
dreams.
Probably
It's a
something
damn
stupid.
shame.
Yeah, I was trying to target all the basic white bitches out there. But you know what? They saw right through me.
Yeah. It's because you weren't genuine.
Yeah, they could
You have
smell
to
it.
genuinely mean it when you say shit like love,
Live,
live,
life,
laugh, love.
What
You
is
don't-
it?
Live, laugh, life.
Life, live, kill yourself.
Anyway,
Live,
I
laugh,
stopped.
life.
I stopped the Etsy shop thereafter, and then I have like all of my failed Instagram accounts.
They're not failed. They keep liking our content.
Weird how that happens. I don't know how.
Jolly shots and large and embarged.
Yeah, large and embarged was the worst one for sure, because I definitely thought like there's a market for an influencer barge, as
What
in the
can you-
shipping
yeah.
containers.
There it
I
is.
think there is. Little boys love that shit.
This is true. Our nephew's
Little
obsessed.
Like, no, I'm not saying it in a creepy way. I'm saying my nephew loves shipping containers.
But
I
your
like how I
nephew's
said
not on
our
Instagram.
nephew, and then Nora said my nephew.
Anyway, the whole point of that was because there was a barge that used to live right outside my apartment, because I lived.
It lived outside
It
your
lived there. It
It
lived
was
there.
docked.
I lived in a condo that was literally in the middle of the Hudson River, and every morning there was a barge for like a month that would just swim by my bedroom window.
Why is she talking about it like it's alive?
It was
It's
alive.
docked by
It's
your
not
condo,
anymore.
and then it
It had a shipsman, a shipman.
captain.
No, I don't even know if it was a captain. I don't know. I
How
don't
do
know. 'cause
Barges work. They're not like remote control.
they kind of, it's like a steering remote, like on a boat. But there would be multiple people on the boat, and like this one guy every morning would be like waving at me through my bedroom window, and I'd be like, "Please stop!" And then
Did
I
he
would
really
record him.
wave at you?
Yes. And I would record him every morning, and then people really started like liking the barge content on my Instagram. And I was like, I need to launch this
Right.
barge account, like it's gonna go viral. And then the barge disappeared. Like they must have been doing work.
Why do boats need captains? Why can't we just remote control them from land?
So radios and remote controls use different wavelength thingies, technology, and the remote would run out of range when the ships
If we
go out
have
into
enough
the
range
ocean.
for satellites, why don't we have enough range for oceans?
Side business. Start it.
New hustle.
New hustle,
side
remote
grind.
controlled boats. I feel like Bezos. What's his name?
Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, I think he could do
Bezos.
that.
You're- when did you turn Latin?
I feel like Elon
Bezos.
Musk could do it more than...
Yeah, Musk could get it done.
Musk's probably already working on it.
He's working on a lot of
Husky
things.
musky.
He is husky.
That's what we'll call him.
Did y'all know he was husky? He's like
fat?
kind of fat.
Yeah. Have you seen that picture of him that went viral on the beaches of wherever he was?
No.
Oh,
I'm not here to fat shame Elon. He's got other things to worry about.
I'll fat shame him then. You're fat, Elon. Who would have thought 3 rats would be talking about Elon Musk?
Right up our alley.
Well,
demographic.
Nora's currently reading a biography.
I am reading his biography.
when are you going to be done with that? You've been reading that for like 5 months.
I read it to put me to sleep.
'Cause it's so
before bed, 'cause
boring.
it's so boring.
And men just start eating him up. They
Men
love
love him.
Men are in love with Elon. Real quick, this could get cut, or if y'all really think I'm stupid, you can keep it. I don't give a fuck. He's the one that does all the space shit, right?
Yeah.
Yes. He's
Okay,
SpaceX.
so that's who our father went and watched
Yeah.
do the rocket launch. Yeah, men
That
are.
what, in
Men
person?
love Musk.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Al.
This was so long ago.
He
It
was
was
so
like
stoked.
2013.
Yeah, remember this last space launch?
Yes.
And they orbited, right? He did it outside of somewhere in Texas, and our dad rented an RV. He was so stoked. Rents an RV, scoops up all his friends, and they drive out there and watch the launch. Also, I can't remember one famous person that went up with Elon is like a famously sober person, like battling alcoholism for many, many years, and is like a huge advocate for AA. And right when they landed, Elon shook up all the champagne and sprayed it all over him.
Oh, I thought the only way he could escape his alcoholism was by orbiting Earth.
Oh my God.
I wonder if
They were up there for
astronauts
13
drink.
seconds.
Do you think astronauts drink alcohol in space?
No.
Like for a
They
nice
can't.
night? No?
No.
They don't make freeze-dried liquor.
Can't you drink liquids in space? Is there no such thing? What about water?
Yeah, I know you go off water.
That's all that's allowed in space.
No, they must have coffee.
I would never want to go in space.
Me neither.
Me neither. No interest.
I think it's so fucking stupid. I dated a guy that was so serious about it. He was like, I romanticize this opportunity of like a new frontier and going up to space. And he was like, and I recognize that I will never return. And he literally took this so seriously. He was like, I've already, said my goodbyes to people in my head. And I'm just like, you're
not
not
going to
going.
space.
He's like 40 something now.
So, side hustle, go to space. That's what Tesla did. He was like, oh wait, not Tesla.
Elon Musk.
I'm just saying that was his side hustle.
Well, he had some good side hustles. We recognize that.
We recognize that Elon Musk has slightly better side hustles than Tara's panty business.
I don't
For
have
now, watch out, Elon. I'm coming for you.
You heard it here first.
Elon, if you want to buy some panties,
Check us out on Racy Rats.
I'll even give the richest man a discount code.
I don't have any other upcoming side hustles that I know of.
I do.
Let's go. Let's go
Okay,
for
so
it.
I'm really excited about this one, and I pitched it to Nora so carefully because this was do or die. Because I knew in my bones that this was a brilliant idea. So I am too cheap to buy brand new shoes, so I took them to a repair shop.
When's the last time you bought a pair of shoes?
2 years ago when we went to Europe, I bought those white sneaks.
Oh, yeah. Those were cute.
I wore them on my date last night. I looked
Cute.
good. Right?
The silence
those white
is...
sneakers kill. Fucking hot.
Nora told me, wait.
No wonder he touched your butt. And those sneaks. Ladies, don't wear sneakers on dates.
Yeah. So I take my boots in to get repaired. $30, y'all. Those boots were like at $110.
Not bad.
You do the math. So I'm super stoked. I'm chatting up the guy, like asking him, the cobbler, I'm asking him about the repair. She's pointing out all the areas that need some loving. And he goes, do you want to pay full now with your card, or do you have cash and you only have to pay half up front? And so I'm like trying to do the work and the math in my head of understanding this. And, cash is still king. So I was like, oh, do you just prefer cash altogether? And I said, I'll just bring cash to pick them up if that's what you want. I'm happy to give you cash if you want to give me a discount or whatever. Richard, the cobbler, shout out Richard. He and I start chatting and he's like, oh no, the only reason I don't care if it's cash or credit card, the only reason I make people pay up front now is because they don't come and collect their shoes after. And so
They
I'm
just
like,
leave their shoes?
so that's the first question. So they just leave their shoes. So number one, I'm thinking, okay, anyone who's taking their shoes in for repair, they've got to be decent shoes. Like not great,
But they're not trash
They're not
shoes.
trash shoes.
Because you wouldn't do that.
Then if they're not getting picked up, they're already fixed. He's already cobbled these shoes. So I'm like, so you just have nice, good shoes that have been orphaned in your basement?
I feel so bad that this man has put so much work into these shoes.
Yes.
Well, you got paid.
So I go, well, are you selling them? And he was like, well, I tried one time. And I got to tell you, people are fucking stupid. He's in a shoe repair shop and he's trying to sell like 200 pairs of shoes. And people would come up to him and be like, I like this pair. Do you have it in a different size?
like this
You
is a fucking
morons.
Aldo.
Yeah. Too much money also. Can we just talk about the fact that
Yeah, if
people
you
are
can
literally
just
like
abandon your shoes.
abandoning one, shoes, and two,
Orphaning.
if you paid up front, you've also now abandoned the service.
Yeah.
Right. So I
Crazy.
asked him what he did with them, and he said he had like over 200 pairs. And I was like, oh my God, did you sell them? And he tells me that story. And he was like, so we just threw them away. And I was like,
That's so sad.
and I go, what? And I was like, oh my God, next time that happens, will you call me?
Yeah.
And he goes, I have about 100 downstairs right now. And I just lost it. I was so excited. I was like, so I'm really working my magic. I'm like, my name's Tara. I would love to come back and get these shoes. And he was like, you're going to need a car. There's a lot of them. And I'm like, done. And he goes, do you think you could come like on a Saturday, 7 a.m. before I open the shop and I'll help you like get them in the car? They're already bagged up. And I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely. So I am wheeling and dealing in my head walking home from this cobbler. And I'm like, how do I pitch this to Nora? Because obviously this means I'm going to have to drag in over 100 pairs of shoes into our apartment. And I'm like, okay, this is do or die. I know there's money in this. I know there's opportunity. I really need to pitch this to Nora well, because like think about it. I'm telling someone, hey, I want to bring in some dusty old shoes. Like you could easily spike that down and be like, fuck no. So I was like, listen, Sharks, thank you for having me. I have an opportunity for you that you cannot say
None
no.
of this was necessary. I was like done.
Yeah. It
I
turns
was
out
like, you had me at old shoes.
yeah, I really thought it was gonna be the hardest sell of my life, and Nora was like, cool.
I was like, buy a tarp, let's go.
So do you guys have a business model? Like how much you're going to charge?
Well, we need to see the shoes.
shoe.
We don't know
Yeah,
what
so
kind of shoes
it's going
we're
to be very
talking.
experimental at first. So what we were gonna do, my vision is buying like a drop cloth, like for painting, put it down right here in this living
tarp.
room. No, I don't want a tarp because they're harder to fold and take up more space.
Hot take.
Thought about this.
I thought about this, guys. I'm serious.
Sorry, go ahead.
Tarps are just too hard to fold.
Take up too much space.
Gotcha.
You can't clean them. A drop cloth you can wash. So we're gonna have to move some furniture. 100 shoes. I don't know how much room is that gonna take up in this tiny little apartment. Where Nora and I are gonna have to sift through some shoes. There's probably some losers in the bunch. We'll either donate, whatever. But there's so many consignment shops around us. I have a friend in the burlesque industry, so if there's like high heels and stuff, she might want to buy them.
I've got a rat fact.
Go.
We all wear the same size shoe.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
We're all 7. You're 7.
We're all 7. You have
I'm a
little-
7.5.
Okay, well, fat foot, nobody asked.
Okay. Well, here's my thing. I think a great way to close this
You want to
episode
close this
out
loop?
would be, how when you're looking at a movie and it has like the 2-sentence description of like what this movie looks like, give me your 2-sentence pitch on a like used shoe.
Every rat needs a pair of shoes.
That's not true. Rats don't wear shoes at all.
They
They
need
would
two.
need 2 sets.
They need two sets.
Or the feet.
Can you imagine a little rat with 4 little boots?
I imagine it every day of my life. Are you kidding me? I fantasize about these little rats and shoes. It's so cute. Not sexually, Nora. Calm down.
Yeah, you dumb bitch. Settle down.
Calm down, Nora.
Oh my god.
Why is everything sexual for you?
are
It's always
sick.
bestiality with you.
Fucking criminal.
It's not always bestiality. I said
All right.
one time I wouldn't fuck a dog.
Can you say would not?
I would not fuck a dog.
The wouldn't sometimes gets eaten. The
When would you?
I'm saying I wouldn't.
would not.
I would not.
Hey rats, you ever wonder how these arches on your pups can stop barking? Why break in a new pair of shoes when you can get some used shoes from Tara's Tootsie Shop?
That's good. Tara.
Tara's Toots.
You could do the panties with the same name, Tara's Tootsie Shop.
Hey, rats, you tired of sniffing your own panties? Come visit us at Beggin' for a Peggin', and maybe you'll get some nice used panties from Tara's Tootsie Shop.
Courtesy of Tara's lips.
Every time you peg, you should give a free pair of panty.
Why
A
would I
pegging
give
panty.
away anything free in this economy?
This whole podcast is free.
We're looking for sponsors.
We're looking for sponsors. If you think bestiality is a brand you can get behind.
As always, thanks for listening. If you're interested in even more bad advice, scurry on over to Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We're begging you. Download and rate the show and leave us a review. Talk to you next Monday. Stay tuned, rats.
Rats.